Welcome to Chair Tai Chi. Today we're going to be using the ball or a ball or maybe a air ball, small toy, dog toy, pillow, or again, using an air ball. If you don't have a ball, you can do the class without the equipment, and that's cool. It does help with lessening back challenges. So just know that. We'll start the back yoga in January. So I'm going to stand up, move this front chair out of the way, come to the back of the room. And again, welcome to Chair Tai Chi Ball QiGong. So mine's a little squishy ball. It's a little bit bigger than the one I was showing you before. And I'm come up a little bit since my camera's got a nice view of the floor today. Well, I'm going to place this back underneath. And of course, my chair is squeaky. So you get to hear the squeaky chair today. We're going to start the class with a bow. So we do that right fist, that's the sun, and that flat left palm, that's the moon. And then we bow down to one another to start our chair Tai Chi class today. Welcome. So from here, I talked about before we started the recording that we're going to work on a little bit of ankle articulation. So what I invite you to do is kind of scoot back to the midsection of your chair, fingertips underneath your knee pit, lift up, and then gently point and flex. So what you're trying to notice is, you're really pointing away and drawing the toes towards you. So a lot of times when we're unable to squat or lower and raise up off the chair, it's because of our ankle mobility or immobility, I should say. A couple of times here. And then release it down. Again, hands underneath. You can also do interlacing the fingers on the shin, but I invite you to do back behind the knee today and lean back and again, point and flex. So you're comparing the left side versus the right side. So this also helps to prevent foot cramps, improve your ankle flexibility. And there's a little subtle calf pump going on here, and that's considered to be the second heart in your body. So returning all this kind of like to the edges of our body, blood flow back to the heart. So it's a good thing. And there might be some snap, crackle, pops. And release. From here, we're going to do the ankle rotation. So I invite you to really concentrate and think about from the shin down to the tips of the toes. That's kind of the only place to move, if that's possible. Sometimes it's not. So you're going to raise it up. Now, typically, when we do the circle inward, we're going to do the circle outward. First, it's tiniest little circles that you can do. Again, notice the tendons kind of moving around the top of the top bones of the foot, and then make it a medium circle. Notice what you notice, and then make it the biggest circle that you can. Or in my case, an amoeba, because I can't draw a circle shape. Not with this foot. And then lower, kind of march in place a little bit, kind of trying to let go of that muscle memory. And then we're going to go back to that same side. So now, again, lift up, and then we're going to draw the circle inward. Now, it's the tiniest little circle that you can do. Tiny, tiny, tiny. And then make it medium. Ooh, my ankle did a little snap, crackle, pop. And then a huge circle, or bigger, with vigor. I just want to throw a rhyme in there every once in a while. And release. Again, march in place. Your hip may be kind of in the equation too. Just notice what you notice. Maybe some back muscles. Again, notice what you notice. Let's do the other side. So we're going to lift up, and then we're going to draw the circle outwards. So it's the tiniest circle that you can do with the other foot. And again, compare it to the first side. Is it more kind of fluidy? Is it easier to do? Is it more challenging to do? Not that there's a report card and you have to answer back, but I'm just trying to have you ask yourself questions about your body awareness. Make it medium, kind of circle width or shape. Ooh, this one's more noisy on me. And then make it the biggest ankle shape. And again, I'm trying to only move from the shin to the foot. Sometimes my knee and my leg wants to get in the conversation. I'm trying to really isolate. And this, again, great for having better walking ability. Woo! And then release it down. march in place. Now, today is chair Tai Chi, but we're going to stand behind the chair, beside the chair. So I invite you to stand up. And again, if you wish to stay seated, that's okay. Next is called the ankle glide. So let me move my chair more in the camera view so you can see this in the white space in the room. Okay. So the leg that's closest to the chair, so I'm standing beside my chair. I'm going to step my feet about shoulder width apart. And then the leg that's closest to the chair, I'm stepping it forward. I don't know. Kind of the back of the heel is aligned with the back toe, but I'm going to scoot it forward just a little bit more, where there's just about 3 or 4 inches in between the front foot and the back foot. And we're trying to keep both feet on the floor, soft bend in the knee. So in Tai Chi, there's a thing where we talk about we shift weight to the front and to the back. So what we're doing here is shifting weight to the front foot, bending the knee, and then shifting it to the back heel, bending that back knee, and the front legs is softly straightened. And again, shifting forward. So it's like we're pouring sand into the front side of the body. When we're taking that sand and pouring it into the back heel. So this is called the ankle glide. So we're exercising the ankle glide. We're stretching it a little bit, but hopefully we're not causing pain. If there's pain, you're doing less range of motion, or you're opting out of this particular chair Tai Chi movement that we're doing. When we do the standing Tai Chi, we do a lot of shifting from one side of the body over to the other, shifting our weight, and we turn our bodies empty of weight or very little weight. And again, this is called the ankle glide. And you may notice the contraction of the quadricep of the other leg. Very good. Now come back and just kind of march in place there. We're going to go over to the other side of the chair. And again, since I've got this, I need to move my chair so I have it in the camera. Move that ball underneath. Again, feet about shoulder width apart, and I'm away from the chair a little bit so my leg doesn't hit the chair when we do the ankle glide on the other side. And the leg that's closest to the chair, I'm stepping it forward. And again, maybe you want to have the back foot more aligned with the front foot. You just kind of have to feel how this feels in your hips, yes? And there's about 4 to 6 inches between the back foot and the forward foot, maybe a little bit more space if it feels more comfortable in your body. From here, we're going to bend the knee forward, again, pouring sand into that front part of the body, and then shifting back, bending the back knee. And again, shift it forward. So it's a nice, smooth movement. If you need to adjust to make it feel better or easier on your knees, just, do that, okay? Maybe you want to have a hand on the hip, one hand on your knee. You're going to notice, how does this side feel compared to the first side that we did? Does it feel different? That's one of the questions. So I have kind of a spicy thing that's going on with my inside of my left shin area. So, I'm being nice and sweet, nice and slow, very tender, very sweet, not taking it too far. Very good. One more. And back. Very nice. So again, this next one, we do this in our fall prevention yoga we have. So it's basically, we're coming to the front of the chair, our calves, some part of our leg is touching that chair. And what we'll do, again, feet shoulder width apart. So the feet are shoulder width apart, and we're trying to keep those knees to where they're not dropping in or going out, okay? So we're bending about halfway down, maybe hands on the legs, and then inhale, raise up. So we're doing what they call half squats, okay? And again, lower, keep your chest, your chin lifted. Try not to like dip down like you're a dunking bird, okay? And lift up. And again, bend those knees. If you need to do this standing behind the chair because you're feeling a little wiggly, that's another alternative place to be. And then stand back on up. And then one more, let's hover and stay here just for a moment. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale back on up. This time, come down to the chair, okay? Do what you can with what you got. I'm going to hang on to the side and lower my beam and squeak. Of course. All right, so from here, I'm going to bring the leg out to the side, rest on the back of the heel, and invite the toes towards my nose. We've already done the pumping So we're not going to do the pumping here, but I just want to get like a nice elongated contraction of that calf, a little activation of that quadricep, and we're going to do a soft point away. Might feel a little different, yeah? And then hand underneath, bring it back in. Let's do the other side. So hop, walk it out there. Again, invite the toes towards you. Sit up tall as best you can. Ooh, might feel a little tight. Just notice what you notice, okay? You can always put a little bend in the knee, but then you might feel a little bit more in different areas. And then let's point the toes softly away. Very good, very good. And then bring it back on in. So I'm here. Let's clap our hands. A little heat into those palms. Excellent. And let's go ahead and spin the wrists. Notice if one wrist feels a little more stiff than the other or not. Maybe they're the same. And let's reverse that. Very good. Oh, I just burped. Sometimes air happens. Very good. And then let's do the shaking gong. Let's shake it up and down. Again, shake up. Let's turn to the side, turning from the quad, turning from the dantian, and back to the center. Over to the other side. Back to the center. Bring it down, palms down. And then palms up. That feels weird. Good for loosening those wrists, that carpal tunnel. Woo! And then come back to the center. Now, notice, do you feel any sensation going on with the hands? What we're going to do with those hands is take the hands out to the side, kind of at little angles here, and point the fingers towards the earth. So you're kind of shooting that energy out of the body through the tips of the fingers back down to the earth. Letting go of what no longer serves you today. We'll do that again here in just a moment. Very good. From here, take your hands, cup them, and swing those arms. We do a lot for those hips, those shoulders in chair Tai Chi. A lot of folks think, whoa, we don't do anything for the lower body. We do if that's available. And then if you're able, tap those shoulders, a little extra bend to the elbows. Getting those elbows, getting those shoulders. Let's do two more. 2 and 1, and just kind of let them dangle there. Very good. Next is called the o'clock. Again, sitting up nice and tall. I'm away from the back of the chair here. So we have a hand dangling here down by the side of the body. And we'll inhale, arm up. And then as we exhale, we'll turn the palm away and bring it back behind you. And again, inhaling, up, 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 same side. Exhale, turn it back behind you. Listen to your breath as it goes in through the nose. Turn the palm away, exhale. Range of motion, kind of oiling that shoulder joint. Again, inhaling up. Snap, crackle, pop. Turn it away, exhale. All right, let's do the other side. Let's have the other hand be down. And again, inhaling up, 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 up. Turn the palm away, exhale. And again, inhaling up. Turn the palm away, exhaling. So the coordination of the breath with the movement helps you to lower that cortisol. Breathe in, turn the palm away. And it's very meditative when you coordinate the breath with the movement. And again, inhaling up, turn the hand away, exhale. One more time, inhaling up, turn that palm away, and exhale. From here, just rest your hands softly on your legs, and let's do the Atlas point rotation. We're going to do stuff for the neck and the shoulders here. So take your nose and draw a circle. Now, if this makes you feel dizzy, you have your eyes look forward instead, okay, instead of following the circle. You're going to get a little extra eye exercise when you do that. And listen to those little crinkly things going in, going on, like those noises. And then let's pause and then reverse that. Go the other way. Ooh. Again, helps to soften those neck muscles. Helps you to regain some of your range of motion. And I notice that when I'm driving, if I'm looking over my shoulder, if I've got that stiff stuff going on, I know a couple of Atlas point rotations can help me. I don't do that while I'm driving though, okay? I'm not saying to do that when you're driving, all right? One more time, all the way around. and bring it back to the center. So another one for like more improved blood flow to the brain. Open up that carotid, and again, kind of working this area of the collarbone, the neck, the upper back is called spread the feathers. We've done this in the past with one hand. We're going to do it with two hands today. So we spread out the fingers like we're spreading those feathers out. And let me start my Tai Chi. I want to see what my heart rate gets to. We're going to take our arms out to the side and take those thumbs, turn them to the back of the room. So you feel that kind of contraction going on in that upper arms, that type of thing. And then from here, we're going to drop an ear towards your shoulder. Ooh, I'm stiff on this side. And then back to the center. Again, turning those thumbs, those palms to the back of the room. Drop the other ear towards the other shoulder. Relax those shoulders down if you can. That's kind of tough doing this. And back to the center. Now we're going to change it up a little bit. Drop an ear again towards the shoulder. And then take your chin towards your shoulder bone. Ooh. Now take that chin up to where the wall meets the ceiling as best you can. And then back to the center. We're still having very active arms going on here. From here, drop the other ear towards the shoulder. Notice what you notice. And then take that chin, drop it towards your shoulder. And then take that chin, bring it up towards where the wall meets the ceiling. And release. Woo! Bring the hands to the center, clap those hands. Get a little heat here. We're going to do the traditional QiGong detox for the upper part of our body. So again, get some heat going on here. Get some heat down into the fingers. And then from here, we're going to tap, tap, tap the outside of the arm. So here we go. Tap it up the outside of the arm. Get the shoulder here. Turn the arm up and get the armpit. Bring it down the side body and down below the hip bone if you can, and below the belly button. I'm going to bring my arm down a little bit and bring it up the center. And then we're going to take it here to the shoulder, pound, and then palm up and bring it down the inside of the arm. Clap the hands again. A little bit of heat going on here. If you want to kind of like grind it, ignite that fire, and then move it into the fingers. Ooh, I love it. That's great for increase in circulation and cold hands if you tend to have cold hands, okay? And then let's tap, tap, tap on the outside of the other arm. And then get that shoulder. I just want to stay here. Raise the arm, go to the armpit, and down the side body. I got to twist a little bit when I go on this side. Down on that hip bone, below. Bring it up the center. And then I go on the shoulder. I do a little pounding here or open palm. Turn my palm up and come down the inside. And clap those hands. A little bit of heat here. Beautiful. Yay! I love it. Woo. From here, bring those hands out to the side again. Point those fingers down. Notice if the sensation is maybe moved from the fingertips into the palms and maybe up the wrists. Maybe it's, a little bit more. Maybe it's not. And it's okay either way. Nice. And then from here, let's inhale, circle, sweep arms up. And bring down the energy, pull it down from the heavens back down to our dantian. So we have 3 dantians or donjons. We have one here below the belly. We have one here at our heart center. And we have one here in between the eyebrows. You probably, in yoga, they call it the third eye. Here is the heart chakra. But in Tai Chi, we have the 3 cauldrons. And we try to bring energy into our lower cauldron by doing that shallow breath and expanding the belly out and contracting the belly in. And we're feeling like, imagine a cup of water and you're filling from the bottom all the way to the top. It's about the size of a fist internally here. And once that cauldron is full and overflowing, we can clear energy blockages throughout our body. But that's a topic for another conversation. From here, I invite you to walk forward and back. Very good. Little mobility going on here. And then we're going to bring it back to the chair and then do the other one forward and back. Or maybe it's the same side because you're going, which one did I start with? I don't know. Very good, very good. Bring it back to the chair. Next is out to the side. Back to the center, other side, out to the side, back to the center, again, out to the side, back to the center, again, out to the side, to the center. Now, maybe you can add a little air here and let your foot drop, bring it back and drop, other side, bring it out and drop, bring it in and drop. Again, you're being a little bit more cautious. If you have brittle bones, you're just letting it softly come down to the floor instead. But otherwise, this is definitely a bone building sequence here in our chair Tai Chi. We also do this in our standing Tai Chi. Let's do one more each side. Here's one, and center, and then out, and center. Let's do that finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up, and bring down that energy. Now, this next one is called Huan Yin Paints the Rainbow. We're going to do it first without any equipment, and those of you that don't have a ball or equipment, you continue to do that, and then we'll add the ball in, those of you that want to try this with the ball. So we're going to have a hand down beside our body, and the palm is facing our body, and then we take and turn the palm out. So the pinky is towards me, the thumb to the back of the room. Then you inhale, circle, sweep an arm up. From here, exhale back behind you. And then you inhale, gather them up, flip the hand, and the other one comes down. Turn the palm away, thumb to the back, pinky to the front. And here we go. Breathe in, up, up, up. Exhale back behind you. Inhale, gather, and flip it down. Now, those of you that want to grab the ball, let's see where mine is. There it is. We'll do this with the ball, or you just do your hands. And again, the hand comes down. You turn the hand away. You inhale, circle, sweep an arm up. Exhale, back behind you. Inhale, gather, switch it. Exhale, bring the hand down. Turn the palm away. Very good. Inhale, circle, sweep arm up. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, back behind you. Inhale, gather, flip it, switch it. Bring the hand down. Turn the palm away. Here we go. Breathe in, up, 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 up. Exhale, back behind you. Inhale, gather, flip it, switch it. Bring it down. Turn the palm away. Last time. Inhaling, circle, sweep arm up. Exhale, back behind you. Inhale, gather. And then let's do that finishing breath. Bring it up, breathe in. And exhale, bring down that energy from the heavens back down to the dantian, right here below that belly button. So if you have the ball, you can kind of visualize where that lower dantian, that lower dantian is. From here, again, let's do, let's see, eagle claw. So we'll do that without the ball. So if you have a ball, just place it in between your legs to keep it close by, okay? And then again, inhaling, circle, sweep arms up. And we bring down fists to our hips as we exhale. And then inhale, fist to chest. Exhale, sky high, reach, reach, reach. Beautiful. Inhale, back to your chest. Open up the palms. Exhale, push it forward. Inhale, back to your chest. Exhale, out to the side. And we open and close 5 times. Eagle claw. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This helps to increase our mobility. Inhale, other fist to chest. Exhale, sky high. Inhale to your chest. Open up the hand. Exhale, push it forward. Inhale, back to your chest. Exhale, out to the side. Open and close 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to your waist. If you want to do the ball, grab your ball. Inhale, fist or ball to your chest. Exhale, sky high. Inhale, back to your chest. Open up your palm. Not if you have the ball, though. Exhale, push it forward. Inhale, back to your chest. Exhale, out to the side. Open, close 5 times. Squeeze the ball. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to your chest. Switch sides. Inhale, fist to chest, ball to chest. Exhale, sky high. Reach, 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 reach. Beautiful. Inhale, back to your chest. Open up the palm if you don't have a ball. Exhale, push it forward. Inhale, back to your chest. Exhale, out to the side. Open and close 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to your waistline. Let's do that finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. And bring down the chi. From here, I'm going to bring my feet a little bit wider. We're going to engage our core, our front core muscles, our side muscles, our back muscles. So this is good, again, for back pain. It's called the lighthouse. So I have my hands, my ball here at chest level. So it could be an air ball or cupped hands. We're going to inhale, turn to the side, and then a little bit there. We're going to exhale, reach it out in front of us. Always keep it bending your elbows and twist back to the center. So again, you're twisting from that waist, from the lower belly, extending it out. So this is the little light on the lighthouse. It's keeping the boats safe when they come in from the water to the shore. So just kind of think about this as a little circling light. So this is horizontal circulation with either a ball or with our cupped hands or air ball. We're massaging the intestines, the large, the small intestine, the ascending, the descending colon. So it's all good stuff. You might have a nice restroom experience later on. Just saying. And then bring it back to the center. Now we're going to do the other side. So again, turn and then reach out. If you get mixed up on the breath, you know what? Just keep breathing. Just keep breathing, breathing, breathing. I think, who was it that would say that? Dory the fish, yeah. Reach, 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 reach. And again, you can go a little bit slower if you like. Kind of match your inhale, exhale with the movement here. Again, this is lowering our cortisol by coordinating breath with the movement, or movement with the breath. Either way you look at it, yeah? One more, all the way around. Very good. And bring it back. From here, just kind of a little bit of business for our wrist. It's called Seek the Pearl. I'm just basically taking the hand that's on top and making it be the bottom hand. This is a variation of that. Now, let's do that a little different. We're going to just like turn side to side. Again, if you don't like to turn or have your head follow the turn, have your head be center and looking forward. So again, now we're doing a little opportunity to kind of massaging those intercostal muscles, those muscles in between those ribs. Again, that's good because we're in cold and flu season. So we're kind of getting deep, deep down into all the muscles that support nice, deep breathing. And then from here, let's switch that to a side lying number 8. I'm going to bring my knees a little bit wider because what I want you to do is shift your weight from one bun to the other. You may notice your back muscles being engaged with this. Again, try to make a little fancy cursive number 8 with or without the ball. I'm okay when we do the first direction, but it's when we switch to the other direction, my mind kind of goes, what? What are we doing? It's also a little sneaky core work, okay? And brain work. It's not sneaky core, it's sneaky brain. And then we're going to pause and then think about this. We're going to switch directions. Again, make sure you're dipping it a little bit. Woo! Getting into that latissimus dorsi, the rector spinae, the multifidus, the transverse abdominis, the lower abdominals, the upper abdominals. One more all the way around. Very good. From here, bring it back to the center. Now we're in between the wide V legs. We're going to bring it back behind us and down. So I want you to lean back a little bit so you really engage the lower abdominals. So this is boat pose in yoga. You may not think of it as boat pose, but you really do hold your lower abdominals, those mid abdominals, and a bit of your upper abdominals when you're doing this. Now, you don't have to go very far back if it's a challenge for you today. Keep your feet firm into the floor. Again, burping might be happening. Air bubbles may be percolating. Just know that, okay? What is it? Over your shoulder, continental soldier. There's some nursery rhyme associated with this. I always think about that nursery rhyme, but of course I don't know the nursery rhyme. So there you go. One more each side. Here's one. And then here's the other. Woo! Very nice. Bring it back to the center. Let's do that finishing breath. Inhaling up. And then exhale. Bring down the chi. Nice. So we just did horizontal circulation, and we just kind of did a little bit of vertical circulation, but now we're going to add on to that. So vertical circulation, we're going to take our hands here at heart center, either again, an imaginary ball, a stuffed toy, whatever you can do. And you're going to bring it down the center and away and towards us. This is called the yin path or the wind path. It's very nourishing, relaxing for the body. Now I'm trying to keep a bend in my elbows as I extend those arms out. I don't really want to like stiff arms, you know. I just want to keep a little soft bend in my elbows. And then again, I'm sitting up tall. I'm readjusting my spine here a little bit. Let's take it over to the side. Now, sometimes I lose my ball because I hit my leg. So we're a couple of rotations here. So now it's an opportunity for those internal organs to be massaged, which that's a good thing. So let me think here, the gallbladder, the liver, the spleen, the pancreas, the kidneys, not just all on this one side. We got to do both sides to get it all kind of encompassed. And we are kind of also massaging the diaphragm, which supports, you know, our pelvic floor, helps support our breathing. Bring it back to the center. Y'all just like to hear me talk, don't you? And then let's take it over to the other side. Oof. Notice if it feels a little different on this side. It does for me. Of course, this is my scoliosis side, so I'm like reaching out a little bit more away from my body. Again, we're on the wind path, also known as the EUM path. And bring it, there's so many things with the same name. Bring it back to the center. Now from here, we're going to switch it up. We're going to bring it here to chest level, and then we're going to push it out, down and towards us. So it's a little different circulation. So this is called the yang path. It's the energy, the fire path. Notice if it feels different in your body. It may not. It may be very subtle. Now let's twist over to the side. Make sure I don't hit my leg there. Ooh, I'm twisting a little bit more on the yang path. That's what I'm noticing. Again, my feet are wide, it's supporting my base here. I'm burping a little bit. The air bubbles are happening. Let's bring it back to the center. Get everything back to the center. Now let's take it over to the other side. Here we go. Reach it out. Ooh, my voice cracked. I love it. Two more. Here we go. 2 and 1. Bring it back to the center. And then make it smaller, smaller, and smaller. Very good. Let's do that finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down the energy back down to the heart center. From here, we're going to do dragon spins, the Tai Chi. So take a hand on top and bring that arm across the body, and the other hand is underneath. You're going to pull it towards you, an underhand. So bring it out and in, out and in. Again, a little bit different massaging of the internal organs with this type of movement. Similar but different, yeah. Couple more. Again, dragon spins the Tai Chi being the ball. Let's do 2 more, 2 and 1, and bring it back to the center. Let's kind of reset. So this will be the other hand on top, and bring it across the body, and hand underneath, and you bring that towards you. So you're going to throw it out and underhand towards you. That makes sense. So I kind of roll it towards me. Take the hand and roll it towards me. And again, you're noticing, how does this side feel compared to the first side when we spun the Tai Chi? The dragon spins the Tai Chi. Let's do 2 more. 2 and 1. Bring it back to the center. So we're going to add on to that. So this is a 2-sequence type of movement. It's called Stars Around the World. Excuse me. So basically, you're here at heart center, and we do this in tornado where we bring the ball back behind us. So basically, you're bringing it up here by your ear, back behind you, and back to its starting place. So again, there's trunk and core activation going on here. Again, brain work, core work. So here we go. We're going to spin it around and bring it back. Spin it around and bring it back. Now, let's kind of shift it over to the other side. Go the other direction. So it's going to be going over that other shoulder. So here we go. Other shoulder and down. Other shoulder, woo, and down. Let's do 1 more. Other shoulder and down. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to put it together. We're going to throw the ball out 2 times, or throw our hands out 2 times, roll it back, 1, 2, and then we'll spin it around. Okay, that's what it's going to be. So here we go. Let's throw it out, draw it towards you, out, towards you. Here we go. Spin those stars around. Woo! Let's do that again. Out and towards you, out and towards you. Spin it around. Nice. Again, out and towards you. Very good. Out and towards you. Let's spin it. Here we go. Spin around. Yay. Now we're going to do the other side. So throw it out and towards you, out and towards you. Now it's going to spin around on the other side. Ooh, brain work. Here we go. Out and towards you, out and towards you. Spin it around. Yay. Again, out and towards you, out and towards you. Spin it around. Switch sides. Oh my gosh, other side. Throw it out and towards you, out and towards you. Spin it around. Switch sides. Out and towards you, out and towards you. Spin it around. Guess what? Spin it around again. Spin it around one more time. Actually, one more time. Spin it around. That's it. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down the chi. Beautiful. Now, place the ball in between the legs. Let's do swallow flies to the nest. So we're sitting up nice and tall, palms up. Let's inhale, bring a hand across. Feel that those ribs just kind of opening up there. Then exhale out to the side. Inhale up and over. This is side lateral flexion in yoga. And then exhale, land it here in front of you. And bring it back to the center. Other side. Inhale, drag it across. Beautiful. Exhale out to the side. Inhale up and over. And exhale. Now, if you want to add the ball, grab the ball. Inhale, bring the arm across. Swallow flies east. Exhale out to the side. Swallow flies west. Inhale up and over. And then exhale, lands in its nest. Let's switch sides. And again, inhale, bring it across. Swallow flies east. Doesn't know directions. Exhale, swallow flies west. Inhaling, swallow flies up and over. Woo! And lands in its nest. Let's do that again. Breathe in, bring it across. Breathe out, out to the side. Inhaling up and over. And exhale. Last time, switch sides. Breathe in, bring it across. Breathe out, out to the side. Inhaling up and over. And exhaling. Let's inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down that energy. And I'm going to place the ball back down underneath here. We may need it again. We just never know. And again, clap the hands. Rub some heat here. And let's do the lower body QiGong detoxing. So from here, let's put a little heat on the knees. That's often very yummy, as I like to call it. Maybe it's not yummy. I don't know. It feels soothing, yeah? And then come up on the pads of the fingers to stimulate those different acupressure points. And again, a little bit of tapping, the palm of the hand outside. That's the gallbladder meridian. Again, you're not whamping, it's tapping, tapping, soft little tapping. And then this might be spicy, the insides, the stomach meridian. And one of my friends crosses the arms and does this. I know that confuses me. And again, clap the hands. A little bit of heat here. Let's get the shins, the calves, the sides of the legs, the undersides, the tops, the sides of the legs, the undersides, the tops. Take the back of the hands, rub your behind, your kidneys, or the palms, if you can do that. Back of the hands or the palms, move it to the hips, and bring the feet wide, and let's kind of massage or pat the belly. It's considered to be your second brain, your torso, your stomach. And then take the sides of the hands and chop the quad. This is a little bit different than the big six. They take it with the upper body and then the lower body, or vice versa. So we're just doing this in a little different order today. Very good. Bring those feet in. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down the chi, the energy, back down to your lower belly. Now I'm gonna bring my feet about shoulder width apart and start drawing a circle in, and then the other. So this is called parry. And so I'm just trying to keep what they call a continuous or continual movement. So I'm not like doing one arm and then doing the other. So I'm just kind of wiping my coffee table. I got a rag underneath each palm, and I'm like reaching out towards the corners of my coffee table. Shifting my weight again from one bun to the other, and let's pause and then wipe it out. Let me check my heart rate. It's a 102. Woo! And then let's wipe the window. So we make that where we're wiping horizontally or vertically, as I guess you call it. I guess we were just doing horizontal. Again, maybe it's a little slower because your shoulders are going, woo, I've worked my shoulders today. And then wipe it in. And again, if you want to get into the lungs a little bit more in this cold and flu season, make fists and elbows across. And I can feel my ribs kind of doing little cracky noises here. Very good. And then bring it back on top, wipe it in, wipe it in. A little bit more, make it smaller, smaller, and smaller. From here, bring your hands to your chest, and then bring your hands forward, your elbows down, hands, spread out those fingers. You're trying to line up the fingers. This is called the Tai Chi Ball or Wuji stance, the empty stance. We're going to add a little bit to that. So we're going to inhale, drag your arms open as if you're pulling taffy, and then exhale, drag them in. Again, this might be challenging for the shoulders. And again, inhale, drag it out. Exhale, bring it in. Again, inhaling, drag it out. And then from here, palms down, and then point those fingers towards the earth. Let that energy just kind of escape out through the tips of the fingers. You may or may not notice that sensation. Very good. Now let's bring the ankles in and hands back to our lap. But let's make little fists. We're going to do the jitterbug. So we're going to heel toe out to the side and maybe twist that upper body. So again, ankle mobility. Notice if you twist over to one direction easier than the other, you might. I'm on carpet here, so it's like, ooh, a little challenge there. And squeaky chair, of course. Oh, I just burped again. Oh, my air is escaping today. Oh my gosh. It is what it is. Bring it back to the center. Now, bring the heels apart, toes in, and then walk them independently out. And then back in. And again, back on out. And back in. One more time, all the way out. Here we go. And back in. Let's do that finishing breath. Inhaling up. And then bring palms up, back down to the hips. So let's do teacup. So let's inhale, elbow back. Exhale out to the side. Inhale, hide your hand. Lean out and do a palm up out to the sides. And we're trying to keep the palm up for teacup. So you're going to draw a low circle, lean back like we do in boat pose in yoga, and then swirl it back to the center. So I often like lose my T when I'm doing the first part of this. Let's do that again. Bring your elbow back, turn your elbow out to the side, lean forward, hide your hand, and then lean out the opposite side of the arm that you're working with. Bring your palm out to the side. Very good. And then start drawing that low circle, lean back, keep it palm up. You have to watch it with your hands, your eyes. Do that and bring it back on in. If you have a ball or something to grab, grab that object and then bring your elbow back, turn your elbow out to the side, hide your hand, hide your ball, lean out, palm up. Okay, and keep it palm up as you draw that swirly circle, that horizontal circle, and bring it back. Let's do that again. Elbow back, lean forward, elbow out to the side, hide your ball, lean out to the side, palm up, look at it, and then watch it as you draw that circle. Woo! And bring it back in. Let's switch sides. So switch hands, elbow back, turn your elbow out to the side, and then hide your ball. Very good. Lean out the other side, bring your hand out. Again, palm up. Is it palm up? I hope so. And start drawing that circle. Whoa, use a little bit of core there and bring it back on in. Some people hold their breath. Try to keep breathing. Lean forward, ball to the armpit, hand to the armpit, bring that elbow out, hide your hand, and then lean out, hand out to the side, palm up. Here we go, palm, palm, palm up as you try to swirl it back to the center. Let's do that again. Lean forward, ball, hand to the armpit, elbow out, hide your hand, your ball, lean out, ball comes popping out here, hands comes popping out here, and draw that circle. Woo! Very good. Let's finish that breath. Inhaling, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down the chi. Very good. Now I'm going to come up to the front of the room, and we'll do that bit of energy work. Today, we're going to do some finger scraping techniques, and we'll see what else. Maybe some stroke prevention, that type of thing. So let me get me all situated here. Okay, very good. So and I'm looking at my cheat sheet here. We're going to be addressing several different types of meridians. So we're going to take either our fingers and scrape on the side, or your finger and thumb. So we're pulling down on the side of the thumb. So for the thumb, it's the lung meridian. So this soothes sore throats, chest tightness, shortness of breath. So, something you can do, you can stimulate these meridians, clear block energy. And when you do this, you may notice saliva collecting in your mouth. You may need to swallow, and that's good. That brings all that energy back down to your dantian when you do that swallow. Now, we're going to switch it up. We're going to switch over to the other thumb and stroke down the sides of the thumb. Again, the lung meridian. You may have seen some stuff on this before, and we're just doing that again today in class. Let's move it to the large intestine, the index finger. So again, stroking down the sides of the finger, aids digestion. Let's see what else. Relieve bloating or irregular bowel movements. Again, it addresses the digestive system. So stroking down the sides of the index finger. Let's switch it to the other one. Now, you might get tired with the elbows up. Maybe you want to have the elbows be down, but I'm just kind of showing this for demonstration purposes so you can see this, yeah? And then let's move that to the middle finger, which is the pericardium meridian. Again, stroking down the side. So what is that for? Calming the heart, easing anxiety, improve sleep, kind of being in a calm method here. And let's do the other one. Do the middle finger on the other one. Very good. Notice if one side feels a little more spicy than the other, it might, depending if you've got arthritis, osteoarthritis going on. So you need to keep moving to keep moving. That's the general rule of thumb, okay? Let's go to the ring finger. So the ring finger is the triple burner meridian. So that's for releasing tension, alleviating headaches, and shoulder pain. Ooh, okay, so we need some of that. And then let's go over to the other ring finger. Here we go. Triple burner meridian. When I put out the video, you can kind of look this up, just review a section that you like. A lot of folks like to do just the hands and then go back and do some of the chair Tai Chi, yeah? And let's do the little finger. So this is two of them. So this is the heart meridian, and then the inside is the small intestine. So let's, kind of rub on the sides of the fingers. So that is for palpitations, promote relaxation, comfort for the heart, all right? Oof. And do the other one. So here we go. Do the other pinky. Very good. One of the things we do for stroke prevention, we do these set of sequences, okay? So I'm going to lean a little bit more forward. And basically, we're massaging the bed of the thumb. And you can do this sitting anytime that you're, watching TV, maybe in the passenger side of the car. After a meal, you can do that kind of discreetly below the table if you want to. Do the index finger, bringing circulation to these fine capillaries veins, okay? Go to that middle finger. Spend about a minute on each hand. We're not doing a minute right now. Switch it to the ring. And the pinky finger. Now, if you compare the two hands, you're going to notice like redder, deeper colors on that one that you just circulated. You may notice it on the index and the thumb too, on the hand that was just working. Switching sides over to the thumb on the other side. Let's go to the finger. Index finger, that middle finger. The ring finger. And that pinky finger. Very good. Let's clap the hands. And then just kind of like you're making cookies or, I don't know, meatballs, I guess. I don't know. And then move it into the fingers. And relax the arms into the ribs and bring the hands out to the sides. So it's like fingers are glued together and your thumbs are way up like they're hitchhiker thumbs. Now bring the thumbs to the side of the hands. This is for trigger thumbs. Notice what you notice, one side versus the other. Now, if you can, take the thumbs all the way down to the bottom. Mine don't quite reach. Ooh. Okay. And then we're going to press into the pads of the fingers. So press down and up, down and up, down and up. Then go back. And then finger on top of the thumb or thumb on top of the finger. We're going to, like we're flicking a bud. So flick it away. Might make a little sound. Bring it back. And do the thumbs, which is weird, right? Then we're going to do the water pump. So place a hand on our leg and have that wrist kind of go out to the corner or off the side of the leg and hands on top of the fingers and up and down. It's a little lymphatic drainage going on here. May be feeling a little snap, crackle, pops in those fingers when you do this. The thumb is kind of doing freestyle here, doing what it wants to do. All right, let's do the other side hand and then kind of move it off on the side here. Hand on top of those fingers, make it secure, and then up, ooh, snap, crackle on that one. Up and down. Very good. And then clap the hands once again. A little bit of heat there. Once again, bring the hands out to the side, point those fingers down. So we're kind of at an angle, we're not to the sides, we're out a little bit. Notice what you notice. There may be more or less the same sensation happening. And then bring it back to the center. Now, if you only had one thing that you had to do to help with lymphatic drainage, maybe you'll do the shoulder shuffle. So it's up and down for that shoulder shuffle. So that addresses the high and low areas here at the collarbone, above the collarbone and below the collarbone. So maybe you can always remember to do that. All right, from here, let's settle back into our chair. This one doesn't have a back, so I don't want to settle too far back. And then maybe feet a little wide, palms resting up. Either eyes gazing forward, down at the floor, opened or closed. And as we breathe in, there's the crown of our head, that little swirly part where our hair does that little swirl. It's called the beckway, or the crown of the head. And we're going to imagine sunshine coming in through the crown of our head, and then it's saturating every cell of the body as it goes from the top of the head, down the face, down the neck, the shoulders, the chest, the upper arms, the belly, the hips, all the way down the thighs, the knees, the lower legs, the feet. Again, as you breathe in, you're bringing in that healing sunshine, saturating every cell in the body, every organ, every bone, every tendon, all the layers of the skin. If there's an area that maybe needs a little bit more, direct your sunshine, your brightness to that area. Breathe in and slowly exhale, letting that sunshine just permeate every part of your body. Imagine your body fully healed, whole, new again. Breathe in that feeling. And then bring those arms out to the side. Imagine toxins exiting out those fingers, going into the earth. Very good. Open those eyes, flutter those eyes, come to the front of your chair, sit up nice and tall. And again, once again, let's take and do that Atlas point rotation. Notice what you notice now near the end of the class. If it feels a little bit more in ease with your body or not. And then let's reverse that, go the other direction. Again, your eyes can look forward if need be, just know that. I don't know, it feels a little more smooth to me. The pathway is a little more smooth. Very good. Now I invite you to float your hands to your heart. You can stack the hands or hands together. And just for showing up today, let's just drop our chin towards our chest in gratitude of showing up today. I admire your all's dedication, your discipline, your determination, and your responsibility for yourself by signing up for a class, for coming to class, or maybe watching a recording of a class and participating. So that's on you that you're in this journey of healing. So thank you so much for showing up, for being your own advocate here. And let's bring to mind maybe one thing that we're grateful for. Maybe it's showing up, maybe it's something else. Maybe it's an idea of gratitude. And let's grab it, clasp it, and let's place it into our heart space just for a moment here. And then from here, bring your head back to heart center. We're going to do this called smoothing out the energy egg. So I'm going to bring the arms out to the side and the wrists, and we're kind of having that wrist being cocked a little bit. We're going to inhale, arms up, go to your own range of motion. And as we exhale, wrist palms down, smooth out that jagged energy. And again, inhale, up, up, up. Plus it's stimulating those different meridians in our body. Exhale down. We do this for a total of 3 times. So let's do that again. Inhaling up, up, up. Flex those wrists. And then exhale, float it down. Now we do 3 finishing breaths. So I invite you to inhale, circle, sweep arms up. And then bring the energy from the heavens back down to your dantian. Let's do that again. Inhaling, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, bring it down the heart center. Nice and slow. Listen to that breath as it goes in and out through the nose. One more time. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, bring it down to your dantian, your lower belly. Once it's there, let's make a right fist. That's the sun. And that flat left palm, that's the moon. And bow down to one another to end our chair Tai Chi Ball QiGong class today. That concludes our practice of chair Tai Chi Ball QiGong. Let me stop the recording.